Hello race fans, this is Anthony with BBSN and we are back to the racetrack and welcome to Rocky Mountain Raceway for race number 14 in the 2018 Scram season, and that would be the Burger Hut 400. And in today's race we have two TV drivers identified. Last race, the surprise winner, Robbie Petrosky, and Scott Steckel, who special was done on him due to the fact that he had a extremely rare positive result in the last race as well. So TV crews were interested to see how he felt about that. And he felt pretty good and is riding the publicity to hopefully make that a second week in a row with a positive result. So we are ready for race week activities. And first off, TV drivers. So only 5 total, so in addition to the 2 we have, there will be 3 more. And they will be in order: Sean Hashhagen, Parnell Drake, and Evan High-Tech UTEC. So a very small or insignificant number of TV drivers this week, which could or could not have an impact on the race. And it's good to be back on the raceway. High school football season is underway, and even though I had technically taken a leave of absence from coaching, I got talked into assisting at a former high school I used to coach at with the offensive side of the ball. So having fun doing that, and while it is a little busier than I would normally be, not as busy as I would be if I was a full-time coach, so that's good as well. But it does cut into this particular time here. So we have our TV drivers identified, and we will do the race week results for them, starting with Sean Hashhagen. And Hashhagen, that will be an 11, and that is a TV Event X. And I should be rolling that too. 26 on TV Event X. And unusual car trouble, placement D. So placement D, trophy driver, is going to go to the bubble stack. So already not starting out well for our TV drivers. Parnell Drake up next, and 22. 22 is going to be a TV Event X as well. And hoping he has better luck. Roll of 16. Driver makes TV comment about this, the Burger Hut 400, and gets placement C out of that. And again, for a trophy driver, he gets the blue die position in the middle group. So Parnell Drake will qualify 8th. Evan High-Tech UTEC up next. And 65 for Evan. And 65, TV interview. So we will roll on that chart. And 64. I was telling my pit chief that the car just didn't feel right and had something to do with it for sure. I'm going to go to placement D, talking about his lack of performance qualifying, so he goes to the bubble stack as well. And Scott Steckel, hoping to avoid a result like that, or he will be out of this race completely. And 44 is going to be a TV Event X, which doesn't necessarily bode well. 14. Engine change just before race, placement D, and Scott Steckel, hoping to ride that into his success last week into a positive position this week, actually is going to get a DNQ. So he's out of the race, our first casualty. And finally, last week's winner, Robbie Petrosky, and he rolls a 65. And Petrosky, TV interview. And 33. Last time I was here, there were some issues, but today everything fell into place. I was lucky enough to do really well, and that's going to be placement B for Petrosky. And trophy driver gets blue dye position in the top group. So Petrosky is going to qualify second, and we will now go to our fast qualifiers for the week. And there's going to be 8 of them. And for fast qualifiers, gold will get pole position or highest available position in top group, silver highest position in top group, bronze highest position in middle group, and no trophy goes to next position in bottom group. So our first fast qualifier is Vic Holder, and he will qualify in the 3rd spot. And Marty Moen gets a rare break. He's going to qualify in the bottom group 20. And Ralph Roach, the Roach Man, riding some good fortune there. Jeff Daly gets a 4th spot up top. And Mark 4th. So we are having a plethora of non-trophy drivers having some fortune here in this week's qualifying. Tom Rossi, and Rossi goes to the next position in the middle group. And finally, Gary Pine, and he will qualify in number 10, or the 10th spot. Our slow qualifiers now, and there's going to be 12 of them, and there will be some casualties here for sure. So on this, gold goes to next position in bottom group. And we're going to see a lot of drivers go by the wayside. So gold, next position, bottom group. Silver and bronze go to the bubble stack, and if they do not have a trophy, they're not going to qualify for the race. So here we go. Joey Plonka, Marlon McGarry, Alex Hodge does not qualify. Mooch Thomas, and Mooch Amani will not be running wild at Rocky Mountain Raceway, unfortunately. Kenny Hicks will be joining him there in good company. Chuck DeFaro gets 25th. Lonnie Lane, bubble stack. Chris Wynn, bubble stack. And the snooker, Clark Snook, in 26th place. Lucas Vanover, bubble stack. Aaron Hartley, Dick Exum's protege, in the bubble stack. And Paul Chen also joins the list of spectators for this week. Already up to 4. Or actually 5 at this point. Alrighty, and everybody else has a normal week of qualifying, so gold will be highest available position in top group. Our pole position is still up for grabs. Silver middle, bronze bottom, and no trophy bubble stack. And Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie, he is going to be our pole position sitter this week. Cam Croyle gets the 6th spot. Brooks Bilovich, so top group is filled out. Silver and gold go to middle now. Chase Fetterman to the stack. He actually has a chance to get in this race, which would be a rare occurrence for him. Austin Bigler, 11th. Sonny Swain, 27th. And Trevor Trostel, 12. Blake Schlegel, a slim, very slim possibility he will get in there. Disco Stu Urich, 13. And the Flying Hawaiian, KJ Nakashima, goes to the bubble stack. Jordy Pettis, 14th. And his brother Kevin Pettis to the bubble stack. Jason Leonard, 15. Corey Wallace, he will probably be watching. And the Queen of Scram, Julie Justus, 16th. Graham Pleasant to the bubble stack. Monica Merrick, 17. Pete McAtee, 18. And the Alabama Badass, Billy Brett, to the bubble stack. Donnie Schrupp, he is not going to be racing this week. Nick Fenstermacher, ditto. Dangerous Denny Baker, he is in 19th. And Kerry Cacciola gets 28th. Kurt Bryson, 29th. Greg Carl to the stack, and Wayne Montana, Big Sky, gets 30th spot, and Craig Greco 31st. So we go to the bubble stack, and we will fill out the field. Sean Hashhagen, Evan Utek, Lonnie Lane, Chris Wynn, Lucas Vanover, Aaron Hartley, Chase Fetterman and Blake Schlegel making the field, KJ Nakashima barely, Kevin Pettis, Corey Wallace, Graham Pleasant, and wow, we have some drivers who did not make the race with trophies. The Alabama Badass Billy Brett and Greg Carl, both trophy drivers, will be watching from the sideline this week. So minor upset there. We will get situated and be prepared to drop the green flag and get the Burger Hut 400 underway. All right, the racers are ready. They're coming around on the final pit lap. The green flag drops, and we are off and underway. And no feuds in this week's race, and nobody fuming. This will be actually one of the few races we have not had a feud coming in. So we are off and running, and right away, 3 is going to be the middle group, and 8 will be a smart check. So smart, starting with Dangerous Denny Baker. And Baker passes the gas pedal check. He is going after the 4th position in the top group, which will be Randy Kendrick. Kendrick with a brake pedal bonus and 2 on his card is going to successfully fight off that challenge. Pete McAtee up next, and McAtee fails the gas pedal check. Julee Justus has everything but smart. Jason Leonard next, and Leonard fails the gas pedal check. Jordy Pettis does not have it. Disco Stu Urich, he is double smart, folks, and he's going to make a run at the lead here. Passes the gas pedal check and going after Vic Holder, and Disco Stu vaults up into first place. He's going to take a run at Ray Bob Walker, and Walker going to take a blue 5. Actually, a blue 5 to get past Walker. Here we go. Disco Stu challenging early. Walker fends him off, and he has to settle for remaining in 3rd place. Trevor Trostel does not have the trait, and Tom Rossi will be our final challenger on the first lap. And Rossi fails the gas pedal check. So on we go to lap number 2. And 6, and we are going to have a duel and doubles on the duel chart. So 4, that will be the number 4 car in the top group. And there are no drivers currently feuding or fuming, so we will disregard that. So in the top group, number 4 car, and that's Randy Kendrick, and he has his sights set on Robbie Petrosky, and Petrosky is vulnerable here, but Kendrick fails. He's going to have to make a escape roll now, and this track has no adjustments, and Kendrick makes the escape roll. No harm, no foul. We go on to lap number 3. And yet again a duel, and this is going to be a 2. This is the number 2 car in the top group. So Disco Stu Urich deciding if he wants to take a run at Petrosky. He's going to do it. He's a 4. And that is a 5. He fails and has to make an escape roll now at 10 or less. And Disco Stu's okay. So Petrosky fighting off challengers early here with some skillful driving as we head into lap number 4, sorry. 3, middle group, and 6 going to be a control check. So the control trait, and starting with Dangerous Denny Baker, does not have it. Pete McAtee going to make a run and passes the gas pedal check. And he's going after Petrosky too. Petrosky getting picked on early here today. And Petrosky only has the 1 gas pedal, so finally McAtee vaults up from 18th and right on Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie's tail. And Julee Justus. Monica Merrick first, and Merrick, she's going right after number 4 will be Brooks Bilovich, and she passes the gas pedal check, and she's going to get it done. So Monica Merrick vaults up into 7th place. A lot of action early on here. Queen of Scram, Julee Justus is next. And Justus passes a gas pedal check easily. And she's going after Merrick, and Merrick not going to be able to fight her off. And she has double control, so now Julee Justus going to make a run at the race leader, Ray Bob Walker. And Ray Bob, he has control, and he has 2 brake pedals plus the 2 bonus. Going to take a blue 6, and Julee Justus gets it done. Skillful driving, vaults up into 1st place. And that is why she is the queen of Scram. Next up, Jason Leonard looking to get into the top group, fails a gas pedal check. The Electric Gypsy, Jordy Pettis, going to make a run at it and passes a gas pedal check. And he's going after Disco Stu Urich, and Disco Stu going to need a 5 or better on the blue die, doesn't get it. Disco Stu fends off Jordy. Trevor Trostel up next. Trostel passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after Pete McAtee, and blue 5 going to get it done for Trostel, the Terminator. And he gets right up on Julee Justus's tail, and he needs to stay close. She is putting a gap in the standings right now. Austin Bigler up next, and he fails a gas pedal check. Gary Pine passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after Ray Bob. Blue 3, not going to be enough to get that done. Ray Bob fights him off. He says, I've fallen enough. And that does it. So we are on to lap number 5 now. Some exciting action early, and Julee Justus with an incredible move vaults up from 16th spot into the lead. And 5 is going to be the bottom group, and that is a rare event. And we also have doubles, so we're going to have a potential problem. So we will roll for the problem finder first. And 14. And bottom group is going to be driver number 2. So that is Ralph Roach. So Roach, we will resolve his problem first of all, because that will nullify any further challenges. And 42 for Roach, and it's going to be a brake trouble. Roll for repair. So Roach has an E for a pit crew. We're in the first third of the race, so this will be a 3 or better to stay in the race. And Ralph Roach is kissing his day goodbye. So we have our first finisher on lap 5, and that is going to be Mr. Ralph Roach, who joins his buddies, and we will go ahead and roll in this case for the rare event as well. So rare results, bottom group 46. Black flag bottom group, see black flag table. Black flag driver to end of bottom group, so we have to roll and see who that is. And 45, that will be driver number 12. And Craig Greco. Some unsafe driving is going to get him flagged and bumped to the back of the pack. He will stay on the lead lap, however, so no issues there. Just a little bit of chippiness down there in the bottom group, caused by Mr. Greco, and we head to lap 6, 1 lap away from our first pit stop of the race. And bottom group again, 9, that is going to be a heat check. So heat, that's going to take us all the way up to Blake Schlegel. That's the only trait he has, looking to get up into that second group. He passes the gas pedal check, And he's going after the 4th spot, and that is going to be 4 odd, Jason Leonard, and a blue 4, not enough to fend him off, and Blake Schlegel, nobody paying attention to him, and he slips up into the middle group. Probably not for long. Next we'll go to the prodigy. Aaron Hartley has that fire that his mentor Dick Exum has. He fails his gas pedal check, however. And that is going to take us all the way down to the snooker, Clark Snook. So Snook, not having a particularly successful run of late, looking to get back on track here, passes the gas pedal check, and he will be going after the number 3 spot even, so Pete McAtee, and 2 on the brake pedal check, not going to be enough. Snooker making a move early, getting back up into the middle group with his eyes set on the front. McAtee bumped back to the bottom. Chuck DeFaro up next. And Chucky, he's going after the Electric Gypsy, Jordy Pettis, and a 2 on the brake pedal check. Not going to be enough to get it done, as Pettis has the brake pedal and the heat crate, fights him off. And that takes us through the rest of the challenge. So we head into the pits for our first time. And rolling for fast pits. And fast pit 4 is going to be the middle group. And the 4 and 5 spots switch places, so Schlegel and Pettis bounce back, and Bilovich and Monica Merrick come up, and we will now roll for the fast pit and our first chips of the race. So Parnell Drake needs a 5. No, 5 for Rossi, doesn't get it. Gary Pine, yes sir. First chip of the race goes to Pine. Austin Bigler needs a 9 or better, no problem there. The snooker needs a 9, sure to get one. Vic Holder an 8, he's good. Monica Merrick a 6, sorry. An 8 for Bilovich. Bilovich gets his. The Electric Gypsy, Jordy Pettis, needs a 9. He has 1. Blake Schlegel needs a 3. Probably not going to happen. No, sir. And Petrosky is 6. Good. Finally, Dangerous Denny Baker needs a 4, and he does not get it. So we will move everybody up. And basically that just entails Parnell Drake taking a beating here. Pettis up to 13th in place of Tom Rossi. And finally, Robbie Petrosky is going to bump Monica Merrick back to 18th spot. And we will see who challenges the leader now coming out of the pits. And that is going to be a challenge for Kendrick. So Kendrick needs a 4 and doesn't get it. Julee Justus holds him off, so we get out of our first pit and into lap 8. Justus still in the lead, looking for a performance chip for lead laps. And here we go, bottom group again. This will be another heat check. So heat, going to go all the way up to Jason Leonard, our first challenger. And Leonard, he's going to get it done going after Gary Pine, but Pine has a chip. Actually, Leonard fails a gas pedal check, so strike that. The prodigy Aaron Hartley, he fails his gas pedal check. So these temperamental drivers missing their chance to move up. Chuck DeFaro going to give it a shot. He fails the gas pedal check as well, and that does it. So heading on to lap number 9, and things are static up front. This goes to the top group, our first challenge up top. And this is going to be a control check. So starting with Ray Bob Walker, Julee Justus has double control, is going to take a blue 6 to get her out of there, so that's all we care about. Justus says, I'm getting rid of you easy. Cam Croyle up next, no. Randy Kendrick going to give it a shot. Kendrick cannot get it done either. Jeff Daly Jr., he doesn't have the trait, neither did Kendrick, so ignore all that. Disco Stu has control, he can't get it done. And finally Trevor Trostel. Last shot to move up into first place, and Julee Justus, Queen of Scram, going strong as we head to lap number 10. It's her 5th lap in the lead. It's going to be the middle group and a skill check. Skill check has marked there, use star on the final 4 turns, which are not applicable. So skill check it is, and we start with the dangerous one, Denny Baker. And Baker fails the gas pedal check. Monica Merrick up next, and Merrick gets it done on the gas pedal check. She's going after Ray Bob Walker, but the Duke of Dixie holds her off, a blue 1. Blake Schlegel has not a thing going for him. And Robbie Petrosky with a chip, so he's likely going to get this done. And he's going after Randy Kendrick, does not pass the check, but he's going to spend a chip and enjoy a little bit of time up in the penthouse, getting a good view. Electric Gypsy, Jordy Pettis up next, and Pettis, he's going after Petrosky, and his time up there is going to be very limited, as Pettis does not have to spend his chip and sets himself up for a pretty good run in this race, though it is early. Vic Holder up next, and Holder's going after the Duke of Dixie, Ray Bob Walker, and not going to get it done on the roll, but he'll spend his performance chip to move up. Crack open a little high life up there, and the snooker, depending on who he gets, and Cam Croyle, Snoop passes the gas pedal check, and 2. It's going to be enough to hold him off, so Snoop will have to spend his performance chip, but he's just happy to be back in the top 7. And finally, Austin Bigler, our last check here on this one, and 4 passes the gas pedal check. 3 going after Jeff Daly Jr., he gets to keep his chip. Blue 6, so he will move up into 4th spot. A lot of action up front and some heavy turnover in the top as we head to lap number 11. All right, middle group, and 8's going to be the Smart trait. So Dangerous Denny Baker, and he has made a living failing his gas pedal check, and he also is going to roll triples, which means he's going to get a problem. So 31, and Baker, handling problem, roll for repair. He has a pit crew of D. We're still in the first third. So that is going to be a 5 or better, still a steep roll, and bye-bye Denny Baker. So Baker exits the race on lap number 11. X5 engine. And that is going to bring out the yellow flag, so we are not going to have any more challenges in this group. So lap 12 under yellow onto lap 13, and filling the gap with the yellow flag, Marty Moan does not have to make a gas pedal roll, so he gets to move up. And Marty Moan is just happy to be here, folks, because he usually is eating popcorn in the pit area. So lap 13. And 2, top group 11 is going to be trouble roll. Here we go. And again, you can use the, you cannot use the blue chips for a problem. You can use them to pass a trouble check if you fail. Julee Justus needs an 11. Going to be easy for her. Trevor Trostel an 8. And Trostel is collected. As one of the few things he does not do well. Stu Urick is okay. Austin Bigler needs an 11. He's good. The Electric Gypsy Jordy Pettis a 9. He just gets that. Snooker needs a 10. Snook is good. And Vic Holder is 7. He doesn't get it either. So only 2. We have to lose 3 to have the trouble go on to the next group. So Holder and Trostel, and this is the last lap of the first third of the race, get to make their trouble roll. Trostel, his pit crew is a B, needs a 10, and he's good. We'll move down to the bottom of the last group, a lap down. And Trostel, an A, so he needs an 11, and he's good to go too. So no yellow flag on that. We will roll to fill in the gap. Gary Pine, he needs a 4 to move up. Doesn't get it, and he can spend a performance chip. He's not going to. That's probably a little more valuable right now than 7th place. Jeff Daly Jr., he is good. So he moves up. And look at Blake Schlegel and Marty Moan in 16th and 18th places respectively. Mark 4th, going to try and join him. Needs a 3, gets a 2, so 4th. Our scrub driver's making some noise. A new racing team might be in the offing here. And actually you have to also move everyone up front. So gas pedal check for, well, technically Pine again. He fails it again. Going to keep his chip. Cam Croyle, he's good. Should have done that all at once. No big deal. Joey Plonka can't get into the second group. Marlon McGarry can. So here's where we stand. First third of the race in the books. Julee Justus in the lead. And she is 1 lap away from getting a performance chip for 10 laps led. Lap number 14 and bottom group 6 control check. So Trevor Trostel, he's going to get a chance to get back on the lead lap. He has to outdo Justus, and it's going to take a blue 6 to get it done. Sorry, you stay a lap down, and Vic Holder does not have control. Craig Greco now going for the second group, being on the lead lap, and Greco, he goes after Gary Pine, passes the gas pedal check and the brake bonus check. Actually, Ray Bob Walker, odd. And Walker, not going to be able to fight him off. So the Duke of Dixie, after getting the pole, some poor driving early, and he's back in 39th place. So next up is Graham Pleasant, and Pleasant passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after 4 even. Tom Rossi, and Rossi not going to be able to fight him off. Graham Pleasant with a big move down the pack, making money moves. Cardi B blasting over his intercom. Kevin Pettis up next, and Pettis is going after 2 even, which is going to be Brooks Bilovich, and 4 would be enough to get it done, but Bilovich spends a performance chip to fight him off. Flying Hawaiian, KJ Nakashima next, and Nakashima fails a gas pedal check. Jason Leonard, and Leonard going after 2 odd. It's going to be Robbie Petrosky, and Petrosky has been getting picked on this race. A blue 1 is going to be enough. He does not have the control trait, so Leonard is going to supplant him in the second group. And Aaron Hartley, the prodigy, passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after 3 odd. which is going to be Jason Leonard, who just occupied that spot. And Leonard has control, but a blue 2. He's going to vault Hartley up into 13th spot. Lucas Vanover next, needs a 3, doesn't pass the gas pedal check. Chris Wynn, ditto. Sorry, he doesn't either. Lonnie Lane. These guys can't put the hammer down. Lane gets it done, though, and he's going after 3 odd. Aaron Hartley and blue 5. Good enough to get up there. So, short time up in the middle for the prodigy of Dick Exum. Next up, Sean Hashhagen. Hashhagen fails the gas pedal check. Big Sky, Wayne Montana, and going after 3 even, Randy Kendrick. Blue 5 going to be good enough for Big Sky to get up into 12th place. Nice inside move, and Kendrick gets loose, slides back into 26th position. Kurt Bryson up next, fails the gas pedal check. And Kerry Cacciola, first time we've mentioned him. So K-Fab. And Cacciola passes the gas pedal check, and going after 1, the top spot, Gary Pine even. And Pine going to use that performance chip to keep K-Fab back in the bottom group. Sonny Swain, no. Pete McAtee, yes. McAtee going after 5 odd. And Marty Moan. And Marty Moan of the Scrub Gang is bounced back. Chuck DeFaro next. DeFaro passes the gas pedal check. Oh, problem. Problem for Chuck. And 65. Black smoke from engine under the hood. Roll for repair. So, excuse me. So we will get a yellow flag if DeFaro goes out. He has a pit crew rating of C, and we're in the second third of the race, which means he needs a 5 or better, and he's done for the day. And that also ends the challenges. So Tafaro goes out on lap number 14. And he goes out with an engine problem. So lap 15 conducted under yellow. Everyone will move up, and Julee Justus is going to get a performance chip, as this is the 10th lap she has led. She's going to make her even tougher than she normally is to get past. And on to lap 16 we go, and she elected not to take the early pit, so we will pit normally. And 5, bottom group again. This will be a reflex check. Our first Duran check of the race. And everybody's got that. So again, for these two to get back on the lead lap, we'll take a blue 6. And Trevor Trostel, TNT, some skillful maneuvering, gets past the Queen of Scram. Unfortunately not for the lead, and Vic Holder does not. So Trostel now up in 39th place. Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie next, fails the gas pedal check. Tom Rossi can't get the pedal to the floor either, and Kevin Pettis, KP, gets the gas pedal check and going after 3 odd. That's going to be Lonnie Lane, and Lane does not have reflex, so a blue 1 not going to be enough to fight off the challenge. As the other Pettis into the top group, and looking to outdo his brother, who he remains in the shadow of constantly. Parnell Drake up next, and Drake gets a gas pedal check, going after 5 even, Monica Merrick, and blue 4. Merrick doesn't see him coming, slips right by. She's bounced back into 33rd place. Evan High-Tech UTEC up next, and UTEC going after 2 odd. Robbie Petrosky, and Petrosky has the reflex trait, so he's going to fight off UTEC. Once again, Petrosky getting picked on, but holding his own. And Sean Hashhagen passes a gas pedal check. He's going after 2 even. That's Brooks Bilovich. And Bilovich double reflex, but a roll of 5 on the blue die. Going to see him fail. And up to Kerry Cacciola. And Cacciola passes the gas pedal check. He's going to get it done 2 even, no problem. As Sean Hashhagen reacquaints himself with the bottom third of the pack. And Marty Moan, his only trait is reflex, needs a 3. And if he rolls a 6, which he did not, he'd have to roll for a problem. Passes the gas pedal check, and he is going after 4 odd. Blake Schlegel, his partner in pathetic driving, and he's going to vault past him into 15th place. And finally, Joey Plonka. Plonka can't get it done on the gas pedal check, so we are done. Heading into the pits, our second pit stop of the day. And 3 drivers in the top group have performance chips, and we are going to have a pit violation. So that will be Cacciola and Petrosky, unfortunately. And K-Fab just got back up there, and Petrosky's kind of having a rough race, a rough go of it, getting picked on. So those 2 are black flagged, and they go to the bottom of the lead lap. So we will move everybody up. And Plonka passes the gas pedal check. Blake Schlegel, can he get back up there? Yes, he can. All right, so second group will be going for the fast pit. And again, Julee Justus with that performance chip is going to be able to fight off any challenge for the lead coming out of the pit. So, chips ahoy, here we go. Pine, no. Craig Greco gets 1. Montana needs a 9, he's good. KP needs a 6, yes sir. 5 for Grand Pleasant, sorry Charlie. Impossible 2 for Marty Moen. 5 for Parnell Drake, nope. 7, and Pete McAtee gets his. Mark Forth needs a 3, sorry. 7 for McGarry, he's good to go. And Joey Plonka also a 7 is good. Blake Schlegel could use that 3, he doesn't get it. So we will move drivers up. And Gary Pine having a rough go there is going to get bounced back. As are Pleasant and Marty Moen. All right, so now challenging our leader coming out of the pits is going to be Jeff Daly Jr. He needs a 5 or better, gets it. She says nope, uses a performance chip, and we head into lap number 18. Justice still in the lead, and she will get another performance chip if she gets to lap 25. Here we go, top group 5, Reflex. So starting with Cam Croyle, and Julee Justus has Reflex, 2 brake pedals, and the bonus going to take a blue 6 or bust. No, no, and Clark Snoop, can he get it done? Nope. Jordy Pettis with that chip handy and does not get it done, but he's going to spend a chip and supplants Justice, and Bigler's probably going to say thank you for holding that spot. He fails, but spends his chip. And finally, Disco Stu Urich, and Urich needs a 4. And for Bigler, it's going to take a blue 4 or better, so Urich vaults up into the lead. And a lot of action up front there, and we have a new leader as we head into lap number 19. Julee Justus led for 13 laps. So Disco Stu snatches the lead, and we head to lap 19. 5 going to be bottom group 9, a heat check. And not a lot of heat down there. Petrosky all the way up to the Duke of Dixie, Ray Bob Walker. Ray Bob passes gas pedal check and going after 3 even, which is going to be McGarry, and McGarry has a brake pedal bonus, so he'll fight that off, keep his chip. Jason Leonard up next, and Leonard is going after 6 odd, and that's Blake Schlegel, gets that done easily. So Leonard, he has been all over the track so far in this race. Aaron Hartley up next, and he fails miserably on the gas pedal check. Brooks Bilovich. And Bilvo going after 6 odd, and Jason Leonard continues to be all over the track as Bilovich. He's up there celebrating, and Brooks vaults right past him, makes him look foolish. Rowdy Randy Kendrick is up next, passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after 2 even. And that is going to be Kevin Pettis. And Pettis is going to have to use his chip to fight that off. And that does it. So we head to lap number 20, halfway through, halfway point of the race. Disco Stu in the lead. And racetrack announcer rolling the wrong die. Bottom group again, and 10 star quality. Usually guys down there don't have that, but Vic Holder does. And Disco Stu doesn't have it, so a blue 5 can get Vic Holder back on the lead lap. Sorry. Not in the cards. And Kerry Cacciola. Cacciola passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after 3 odd up top. And Joey Plonka. Plonka's going to have to use his chip to fight that off. So Cacciola stays down, and double stars for Trevor Trostel. He can make a big move here. Passes a gas pedal check and going after 3 even. McGarry's going to use his chip to fight off that first challenge, and never mind, he has a double star as well plus a brake pedal. So Trostel gets one more shot at it. Passes a gas pedal check and going after 6 even, and Marty Moan has absolutely no chance. So Trostel adjusts his sights, picks on someone more smaller than him. Duke of Dixie, Ray Bob Walker, also double stars. And Ray Bob passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after 3 odd. Joey Plonka, blue 5, and Ray Bob. Time for the Duke of Dixie to make a run, and he's going after the top spot now with a double star. Once again, passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after Cam Croyle, and Croyle able to fight him off. So Ray Bob, trying for an epic run, is stymied up at the top. And Tom Rossi passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after 6 even. And Trevor Trostel says, get out of here with that weak stuff. So maintains his position, and Lonnie Lane missed. Lane going after 5 odd, which is going to be Graham Pleasant, and a blue 5 going to get it done. And Lane, not very adroit on the gas pedal, but good enough. Chase Fetterman, believe it or not, is a star somewhere, I guess. 2 passes gas pedal check and going after 2 even. And Kevin Pettis, a blue 4, and look at Fetterman. Another one of our also-rans making some noise here early in the race. He's up into 10th place. Monica Merrick up next, and Merrick passes gas pedal check, and she's going after 1 odd. And Big Sky Wayne Montana going to have to use his chip to fight her off. Chris Wynn up next, passes a gas pedal check as well, and going after 3 odd. And that's Ray Bob Walker. Ray Bob Walker has all kinds of stars and brake pedals, fights him off easily. Jason Leonard up next, fails a gas pedal check. And finally, Sunny Swain, she with the golden smile. And going after 6 even, Trevor Trostel, and Trostel double stars and 2 brake pedals going to fend her off easily as well. So we head to lap 21. And a little bit of movement in the middle group. Oh, 6s, triple 6s. So that is going to be a duel. And no feud or fumey for the doubles, so no problem there. It's going to be the number 2 cars in the middle group. So Fetterman and McAtee. And really nowhere to go. McAtee, Fetterman's not going to risk it. McAtee's going to take a run at Wayne, Montana. Needs a 5 and gets it done. Montana passed in the duel. He's going to have to make an escape check and needs a 7, and Big Sky gets it done. So we head to lap 22. Their pit crews exchange words, but the drivers are good. And next up, we go to the top group. And doubles on the metallic dice, so it's going to be a TV check. And we have no TV drivers in the top group, but Jordy Pettis is going to have a potential problem. And 42, Pettis, brake trouble, roll for repair. And Pettis, B pit crew, we're in the middle third of the race and needs a 7, and Pettis is done. So the electric gypsy was running well, but he's going to go out on lap 22 with brakes. And that's going to get us a yellow. Or actually no yellow on that. So we will move up. Justus up into 3rd place. Snook right behind her. And the usual suspects up in the top now. Greco looking to move up, needs a 4. Gets it done. Chase Fetterman up in rarefied air, 9th place. Ray Bob Walker inches closer. And Mark Forth just kind of driving under the radar, not making mistakes, not making anyone mad. Sunny Swain, and she's up as well. So here we go, lap number 23. And 6 and 2, and going to be a duel, so no problem there. And again, nobody is feuding. So 2 will be the number 2 car in the top group, and that is Julee Justus. And she's going to go ahead and take a run at Austin Bigler. Why not? She's the queen of scram. Gets it done, and Bigler, you're going to have to make a treble save. He's 11 or better to escape, and he's got that no problem. So they swap paint. Nobody gets out of control. We head to lap number 24. Pit stop coming up in 3 turns, and 4 is going to be the middle group 10. Star check. So we will start it off with Sunny Swain, the Golden Smile girl, and she's going to have a problem as well. So Sunny Swain, 42, brake trouble, roll for repair. She has a C. Middle third needs a 5 or better. And Sunny Swain is done. So lots of problems in this race. And she goes out on lap number 24. Also brakes. 3rd person to go out due to brake issues. And that is going to end the challenges. As we head to lap number 25, and Hashhagen moves up into the middle group. All right, pit stop coming up in 2. And middle group 10, and that is going to be a star check. And again, we are going to have a potential problem, which we will resolve after. So star check on this is going to start with Trevor Trostel, who has double stars. Fails a gas pedal check on the first, making another run at the top group. Gets a gas pedal check, and he's going after Julee Justus, and 4. Not going to be able to get that done, unfortunately. She has exactly 4 for her bonus. Lonnie Lane up next and passes a gas pedal check and going after the 6th spot, Greco. And Greco with the brake pedal bonus and 1 on his card fights him off. Gary Pine next and passes a gas pedal check. He's going to take a run at Jeff Daly Jr. Blue 2 and Blue 2. He has the star trait, so he fights him off with the bonus he gets for the top group. So a lot of action up top, but the drivers holding their places, and Drake is going after Clark Snook. Snook's going to fight him off easily. Ray Bob Walker double stars, and looks like we will finally have some action as he's going to vault past Jeff Daly. So Duke of Dixie was down in the 30s after starting the pole. He's worked his way back up into 5th and making a run at Disco Stu now. And Stu is going to take a 5 on the blue die to get it done. Does not get it done. Still a nice run. And next up is McGarry, also double star. And he's got a chip. Fails a gas pedal check. And not going to spend the chip. He's going to make another run first. Try and keep that. Passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after Greco. And they both have chips. So, bullet, they use them. Blank, they don't. And status quo. Just Wayne Montana, Big Sky Montana up next, passes a gas pedal check. He's taking a run at Julee Justus, not even close. And Chase Fetterman, the single star guy. And he fails a gas pedal check. And finally, Pete McAtee. McAtee passes a gas pedal check, and he's going after Austin Bigler. Okay, we are back, and what's going to be the shortest race broadcast ever. My recording device ran out of juice at some point, probably about an hour in, and I did not notice that, so I was unable to stop and save what I had, and it was basically lost. So we will do a quick recap of where we're at. This is a 40-turn race. We have completed 30 turns, and before the unfortunate event where the camera went dead. So at this point, heading into lap number 31, Craig Greco is in the lead. Pete McAtee in 2nd place. Disco Stu Yerrick in 3rd. Clark Snook in 4th. Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie, in 5th. Cam Croyle 6th, and Julee Justus in 7th. And we have lost a total of 5 cars, and Vic Holder is the only car that is currently a lap down in 38th place. So a quick recap up to this point. Sonny Swain was gone after 24 laps with brakes. Jordy Pettis, the Electric Gypsy, lasted at 20 laps, also had a brake issue. Chuck Tafaro went out in the 14th lap with engine. Dangerous Denny Baker had brake issues and left after 11 laps. And first one out was Ralph Roach, who only lasted 5 laps, also had a engine malfunction. And leaders, up to this point, Ray Bob Walker led for the first 4 laps of the race. Julee Justus led from lap 5 to 18. Disco Stu Yerrick, 19 to 27. The Duke of Dixie, Ray Bob, jumped back in for laps 28 and 28. And Disco Stu Craig Greco took over the lead on lap number 30 and currently is in his second lap in the lead. So again, I apologize for the malfunction. We'll call it Hurricane Daisy that knocked the broadcast out, also known as one of my miniature pinchers. And we will finish the last 10 laps. So here we go. Lap number 31, and this will be a 40, or turn 31, and 40 turn race. And second group, 7 is going to be a skill check. So, Hagen and Bilovich no, and Austin Bigler will be the first to take a run at the top spot and passes the gas pedal check, and going after the 6th spot, Julee Justus. Justus has the skill trait, 2 brake pedals and the bonus, so she's going to fight that off. And moving up to Chase Fetterman, one of 2 traits he has, passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after Pete McAtee, and 5 on the blue die, and Fetterman going to jump up into second place, and a shocker, the driver who barely ever qualifies suddenly running in second place in this race. And Jeff Daly Jr. up next, and is going to pass the gas pedal check and going after Cam Croyle. And 2 on the blue die, not going to be enough to get it done. Trevor Trostel, double star. He's going to make a run at the lead. And Trostel also going after Croyle, passes the gas pedal check in a blue 5. He's going to vault Trevor up into 6th place. And the double star trade, he's going to take a run at Greco, and Greco is going to take a roll of blue 4 to get by him, and triple 3's potential problem. So Trostel with a big run and goes straight to the problem chart. 44. Oil pressure problem, roll for repair. And Trostel with an A pit crew. We are in the middle. Actually, we have passed. We are in the final third of this race. So even with the A pit crew, Trostel is going to have to roll a 6. Stay in the race. Here he goes, and Trostel able to stay in, so he keeps going. But the oil issue is going to knock him out of 6th place and back into 39th, and there will be no yellow flag. So we will complete the checks here, and Marlon McGarry and Parnell Drake both have the star trait. So Parnell Drake first passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after Clark Snook, and 2 on the blue die, not going to be enough to get it done. Double star for McGarry. And McGarry going after Fetterman, and Fetterman has a 2, so not going to be able to hold him off. And McGarry with a chip in hand goes after Greco now. And 5 passes the gas pedal check, a blue 1, not going to be enough to get the lead. However, he has a chip, he's going to spend it. So we are through lap 31, or turn 31, and filling in the gap. Justus moves up, and Chase Fetterman going to get a chance to move back into the top 7. He gets it done. So Fetterman up, everybody else going to move up a spot in the second group. And Kurt Bryson looking to get up out of the third group into 19th place. Needs a 4 or better, doesn't get it done. Rowdy Randy Kendrick, he's good. So Trostel in a great position to pick up some points, has oil pressure issues, and he is down a lap now. So heading into turn number 32. And we're going to have a dual 8. Number 6 cars in middle group. So Kendrick, he has his eyes set on Montana. He's going to take a run at Montana, gets it done. So Montana bounced back to 19th place, has to make an escape roll, and 7 just gets it done, gets sideways, retains control. And Hashhagen going after Cam Croyle also needs a 4, and Hashhagen doesn't get it done. He's got to make an escape roll 6, and he does not. So Hashhagen is collected, and on the trouble result with a C pit crew, he's got to make a roll of 5 or better to stay in the race, and Hashhagen is done. So it's our first crash of the race, as Hashhagen lasts 32 turns. And that is going to bring out a yellow flag for turn 33. So everybody's going to move up a spot and do not have to roll to fill in the gap. And turn 33 under yellow, we move to turn 34. 6 laps left in the race. And top group, 7 is going to be a skill check. And it's just what we want. And Fetterman actually has the skill tray. It would be something if he could get up into first place. And to do so, it would only have to be a blue 4, as McGarry has a brake pedal and the 2 bonus. And Fetterman passes the check, but unable to get by McGarry. Julee Justus up next. And Justus, again a blue 4, and Justus gets it done. She moves into first place. Ray Bob Walker does not have the skill trait. Clark Snook does, and for Julee Justus, going to take a blue 6. Snooker unable to get it done. Disco Stu Urich next. No, and Craig Greco finally, again a blue 6 needed, and doesn't get it done. So Julee Justus, 35th turn, will start in first place. And as usual, she hangs around, sees an opening and goes for it. This will be the middle group, and 8 going to be a smart check. So Kurt Bryson, first opportunity to move up, fails a gas pedal check. Bigler, Bilovich don't have it. 4th and Lane do not. McAtee and Pine no. And going to go all the way up to Cam Croyle from the 10th spot, looking to move up. Going after Craig Greco, passes the gas pedal check. And Greco, 3 is not going to be enough to fend off the challenge, and Croyle vaults up into second place. He's going to make a late run. And next we have Rowdy Randy Kendrick, and Kendrick fails the gas pedal check. And finally Parnell Drake with a chip, does not have the smart trade. So turn 35, and 5 turns to go after this. Middle group again, and 8 again going to be the smart trade. Kurt Bryson goes first, and Bryson looking at Fetterman's spot. And Chase, he says, "You don't belong here," kicks Fetterman back to 19th place. So things getting excited here as we head down the home stretch of the Burger Hut 400. And it's going to take us all the way up to Pete McAtee again, going for the top group. McAtee passes the gas pedal check, and he's going after Disco Stu. Disco Stu Urich has double smart and 2 brake pedals plus a bonus, able to fight him off. That's a scrap right there. Both drivers swapping paint and dents on both fenders. Up to Craig Greco now, who was just recently dropped out of the top group. And Greco going after Bryson. Bryson is going to be unable to defend, and Greco moves back into 7th place. And finally, Rowdy Randy Kendrick making another run at the top group. And a 3 passes the gas pedal check and going after Disco Stu Urich. And again, Disco Stu with the double smart fights him off. And some crazy fender to fender racing as we have a pit stop coming up in one turn, turn number 36. And middle group 7 skill check. So Julee Justus has been unchallenged, and Chase Fetterman passes a gas pedal check and going after Craig Greco. Unable to get it done as Greco has a brake pedal plus the bonus. Big Sky, Wayne Montana next, passes a gas pedal check and also going after Greco in a blue 3. And Big Sky jumps up into the top 7, making a late run here at Julee Justus, the Queen of Scram, holding first place down. Austin Bigler is next. And Bigler passes a gas pedal check. He's going after Ray Bob and not going to be able to get that. Actually, Ray Bob only has the 2 brake pedals plus the bonus, so he is going to fall. And tight driving, and Bigler fakes inside, drops down to the outside or up to the outside of the track and vaults by Ray Bob Walker, the Duke of Dixie. Lonnie Lane up, fails the gas pedal check. Mark Forth really fails the gas pedal check, and that takes us up to Jeff Daly Jr. And he passes and going after Bigler and 5 on the blue die, going to get it done. So Daly Jr. up into 5th place. Bigler back into 11th and swapping the lead or positions up top. Kurt Bryson. And Bryson going after Montana, and he's going to supplant him in 7th spot. And finally, Randy Kendrick and Parnell Drake with that lone chip in play is not going to be able to make a challenge. And Kendrick unsuccessful on the gas pedal check as we head into the pits. And Julee Justus electing to take the final pit stop and not try and make it and thereby run out of gas. And 6 on the pit stop is going to be TV drivers and leader if a TV driver. So the only TV driver we have eligible to roll for a fast pit is going to be Parnell Drake in 8th spot, already with a chip. So 5 or better and just misses. And we're going to see who challenges Justus for that final spot. Going to be the 5th spot, McGarry. And McGarry vaults into 1st place. Coming out of the pits, Justus back into 6th. So 3 turns to go. Justus led from turn 35 through turn 36. And McGarry takes the lead with 3 turns to go as they head out of the pits, turn 37. And 6 going to be a duel. We have no feuding or fuming drivers, so the doubles do not come into play. And 10 is going to be the number 4 cars in the middle group. Lonnie Lane and Mark Forth, both of whom have a 3 for a gas pedal rating, and they're not going to chance it. So here we go. And actually, sorry, that was a turn 38. This is turn 39, 2 turns to go. And top group skill checks. So we're going to have some back and forth racing up front coming down the home stretch. And skill, first off, is Bryson. And to get past McGarry, he's going to take a blue 4. Bryson doesn't get it done. Blue 4 for Justus. And Justus, you know she was going to get that lead back. She passes back and into the top spot. So Justus on turn 39 back into the lead. And Jeff Daly Jr., and it's going to take a blue 6 to get by Justus. And Jeff Daly Jr.'s got the blue 6, and he's got the 5. Passes the gas pedal check. Great driving and bumping back and forth with Justus. She has to back off, and Daly Jr. up into 1st place. Clark Snook now Going to take a blue 4 for the snooker to get it done. Can't, as he misses the gas pedal check. Disco Stu Urich. And Disco Stu misses the gas pedal check. And finally, Cam Kroll does not have the skill trait. So we are heading into the final lap. And Jeff Daly Jr., our new leader, and he just has to survive his one and only lap in the lead, and he is going to win this race. Let's see how it goes. And 6. All right, 6 on the final lap. And that is going to be a duel. So on the final lap, 5 would be both top and middle group. So 6 is just going to be a regular duel. And again, if it's the top group on the last lap, you can duel with the leader. However, he gets to use his brake pedals. So 4 on the duel is number 4 car in the top group. And guess who that is? Julee Justus. So they're going to come down the stretch, swapping paint. Justus coming up hard on the outside. Daly Jr. trying to fend her off. And for this check, a blue 3 is going to be enough to get Justus in first place. If she passes the gas pedal check, here they come. Neck and neck down the home stretch. And Justus at the checkered flag vaults by Jeff Daly Jr. to win again. The Queen of Scram. And that is going to be her 3rd win of the season and 7th top 3 finish, and she is going to do nothing but extend her point lead. An exciting finish, and Justus and Daly Jr. going neck and neck down that last lap, and of course the Queen of Scram victorious to win the Burger Hut 400 by a bumper. And that was an exciting finish. Really, the race for the first 30 turns was really good as well. Lots of action between the top and middle groups. Not so much in group number 3, but definitely an exciting race, and glad we had an exciting finish. Kind of makes up for the disappointment of losing an hour of the race. But be a quick view anyway, so hope you enjoyed what there was to this race. Again, the Burger Hut 400 from scenic Rocky Mountain Raceway in the at the base of the Wasatch Mountains. So your final standings. And again, in the exciting last lap duel, Julee Justus overtakes Jeff Daly Jr. to take first. Cam Kroll in 2nd place. Disco Stu Urich 3rd. The snooker, Clark Snook in 4th. Jeff Daly Jr. 5th. Marlon McGarry in 6th. Kurt Bryson 7th. And rounding out the top 10 is Parnell Drake, Rowdy Randy Kendrick, and Wayne Big Sky Montana. Finishing a lap down as his bad luck continues, the Terminator Trevor Trostel and Vic Holder. So a very good race, but again, Julee Justus, we're coming up on the halfway point of this 2018 Scram season replay, and Justus is building an insurmountable lead. She's going to be up over 200 points. And prior to race number 15, we'll do an update in the standings where everyone is at, and kind of prognosticate if anybody has a chance to catch Justus, who is really running the season of a lifetime here. She has been, it's crazy, 14 starts and 10 top 10 finishes, 7 top 3 finishes. So Queen of Scram dominating the 2018 season. And thank you again for watching this abbreviated race. And if you like the race, please hit the thumbs up. Leave comments on anything you would like to see on the channel. As a reminder, we also have the 1969 Fergie Jenkins payoff pitch replay going, which is currently at the halfway point, and we are very early, 5 matches into the Tottenham 2018 or 2017-2018 EPL replay using Soccer Blast. And we're also going to have some Glory Days boxing And just a quick update on that, I have rated a few fighters as I close in for the final, or close in to the final 100 heavyweights that are going to get rated initially. And the last video we did on the channel last week was actually a vlog on a heavyweight bout between Luther McCarty and Arthur Pelkey, two of the quote-unquote white hopes during the era of Jack Johnson's championship reign, which of course ended in the tragic death of Luther McCarty. And what I've decided to do when I get the current rated cards printed and cut is we'll have a Glory Days replay of that fight. And obviously in that fight, McCarty will survive, so we will see if he can capture a victory over Pelkey, which he was favored to do quite heavily actually by everyone but Tommy Burns, who was Pelkey's manager / promoter. And that being the case, if he gets by him, he'll earn a contenders fight as he attempts to chase down the current Glory Days champion, Jack Dempsey. So that is it for the channel, and hope everyone is doing well. And again, content is not going to be as plentiful as it was prior to the high school football season starting, due to my commitments there to an old high school I used to coach at. So a lot of my spare time in anticipation or in preparation for that is spent breaking down game film and getting things ready for Friday night to assist with the offense. So we'll be back to that level after football season, which hopefully will end with a deep playoff run in November. But we'll still, I'll still try and get 1 or 2 videos at least up a week in the meantime. So until next time, keep rolling for the finish line, and thanks again everyone for watching. Hope you have a great night, and we'll see ya.